What up, though? What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Duncan here, back, finally back. It's the return of the Mac. Uh, Here with the necessary bluntness sports talk, man. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope video to step to, but I'm back. I apologize, man, for my hiatus. I guess it's been a couple of days. I guess I dropped a video. It's been a while since I've done a live stream though, and it's Wednesday, man. I'm trying to get back on it. It's officially the off season. Today. Not too much to talk about. I'm just going to talk about all this action that the Falcons had going on. Dirtbag Dom, what up, though? Oh, Dirtbag Dom. Real quick before I get into the video, I remember you leaving the comment that Tom Brady would not win another championship ring. Let's talk about it. I think that's what you said. Let's talk about it. And lo and behold, your boy got 6 rings like Jordan. You know, Tom Brady, man. Hey, you can never really count the Pats out. Like, it was like, I think we all knew the Pats were probably going to win. People just didn't want the Pats to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just hate the Patriots, man. It is what it is. My glasses fogging up. But people just hate the Patriots, yo. Donald Gonzalez, what up, though? Donald Clark, what up, though? Jazzy Jeff in the building. Yeah, I know you got to check in on the Falcons stuff, man. Jazzy Jeff, I seen you started a YouTube channel for the Falcons, bro. Good job, bro. You got to get on it, man. I've been peeping your channel, man. Keep it up, bro. Got to keep it going. I try to say, I would tell you consistency is key, but I've been inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? Jazzy, hit me for graphics. Hit me on Instagram at UB Sports Talk. I can show you what I use to make the stuff. But hit me on Instagram, Jazzy Jeff. I'll shoot you some stuff. Yeah, man, it's been a while, dog. Like, so of course, most of y'all know I live in Atlanta, so I went to all Super Bowl festivities. It was pretty cool at the Super Bowl experience. I didn't go to the actual game, but the Super Bowl experience was dope. The parties and the tailgating was dope. There's a lot of action going on in the city. I went to some events. It was dope. Miami next year, yeah. I realized that you only have to go to the game and have a good time on Super Bowl week, so I may go to Miami for Super Bowl week. We'll see. It's definitely driving distance because I know those flights are going to be expensive. So flying might be out the question. I might have to B&B. I might need to get on that now, matter of fact, while I'm playing around. But it is what it is. Don Gonzalez said he knew the Pats were gonna win, but he grabbed his game lost. Dude, I kind of wanted the Pats to win for not reasons because of what happened to the Saints. I told you guys earlier in the year, I don't know if you remember, like, I don't believe in people trying to buy championship rings, yo. Like, putting all the best players together and just throwing them. I believe in chemistry, which the Pats got, discipline, which the Pats got, and strategy and stuff like that. They can't just throw talent together. It's not the NBA. You can't just throw a bunch of talent together and expect everything to work. You know what I'm saying? And they got bounced last year by the Falcons in the playoffs. They probably should have been bounced by the Saints with some stuff going certain ways, but they got beat in the playoffs, man. But let's talk about the Falcons, man. Let's talk about the Falcons. So they make these big moves. I'm trying to figure out which one happened, which one dropped first. Was it? I think the news of Matt Bryant was kind of the biggest thing, because he posted online. I can't remember if it was Twitter or Instagram that the Falcons informed him that they won't be bringing him back. It wasn't really a cut or release. But Matt Bryant, we know that he's like the most consistent player for the Falcons. Like, as bad as the Falcons red zone stuff had been, he was the one bright spot that guaranteed to get them 3 points. I think that anytime they try to anything but shorter than 50 yards, like, it was literally money for Matt Bryant. They put him in for that long distance field goal. I can't remember what game that was when he pulled his hamstring. Because when you're 43 years old, you can't stretch that leg like you used to, man. You saw, I think the same thing happened to Janikowski in the playoffs. The Seahawks tried to kick a long field goal. Janikowski is probably older than Matt Bryant, if not the same age. You know what I'm saying? You stretch that hamstring a little bit too much. He said versus Baltimore. Okay. Oh, it was Bucks week 6. Okay. Yeah, so it's you can't stress that that leg don't swing as high as it used to, man, when you're that old. And it was a risky decision to send him out there. But Matt Bryant has been, like I said, he's probably been the most consistent thing on the Falcons for years. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of a shock to see it go. But at the end of the day, guys, let's not be too hurt. He's a kicker. You know what I'm saying? I know they're hard to come by. I don't know if he'll be done though. He may be able to get another job if he wants to, but for that price tag, they need that bread. It's too many young players that they got to re-sign for them to be keeping the kicker, and they saved some money in the cap. I think it was 2 point something. And I think altogether with all three of these cuts, I think they saved $15 million. But I think they have like $2 million of dead cap space. So I mean, it's not a real wash, but it washes out to what, $13 million. So they're gonna have to make some room because they made that promise that they gave Julio a little bit of a piece of change, but they got to pay him for real this time. They promised to wait till next year, and of course Grady Jarrett, like Jesse Jeff said earlier, Grady Jarrett is up for his contract. Not to mention you got to make a decision on Vic Beasley. I know they didn't pick up that fifth-year option because that's way too much, but I think Beasley might have to walk. Period. Like you had a good year, one good year. You know what I'm saying? You kind of bullied some scrub teams and padded your stats, but you really underperformed since then. Your rookie year, they thought you were a bust. The second year, you exploded, and then ever since then, you've been kind of quiet as kept. So they don't know what kind of player they get from Vic Beasley. I know they switched his position around, and that might have hindered his development. But at the same time, like Dan Quinn had I guess he had a vision for what he wanted, and he never really developed. You know what I'm saying? Coming out, he was just a speed rusher that was kind of light. Has he developed any more moves since then? No. Like that's the thing about it. He hasn't made the move that you want him to. So, yeah, like y'all are saying, he's one trick pony. He never found a second move. Yeah, you got to be able to counter. It's a hand fight when you rushing the passer. Hines said Vic got to go and Duke Riley. Duke Riley, I don't think cutting him now will save enough money for it to even matter. You know what I'm saying? So they might as well keep. I think they like him for some reason. The thing about it, I think, yeah, Duke Riley is very average, but it does, like, if you think, unless he's like literally trash to the point that like he's hurting the team, if you're not gonna save that much money, you gotta at least just keep him. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you just like, I don't know. I'm not a GM, but I could probably do a better job than Dimitroff because the way this team's set up now, yes, it's a good thing you have a bunch of young talent, but when you get to the mountaintop and you don't do what you're supposed to do, win a championship, you got to pay these dudes eventually. And I think somebody mentioned on the radio today that it's like Seattle. Like Seattle had all those young cheap guys on defense that were third, fifth round picks, and once they won the Super Bowl and stuff, and they had to actually pay Russell Wilson, they couldn't afford anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Falcons have a lot of money on the offensive side of football. You paid Matt Ryan a bunch of money. You paid Julio some money. You're going to have to pay him again. You paid your running back. You paid your left tackle. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of guys. And, of course, Alex Mack is getting that bread, too. So you have a lot of money invested on the offense. And for them to not, for them to not do what they're supposed to do, it puts a strain on Dimitroff, of course, and that entails a pressure on Dan Quinn. So he's definitely on the hot seat. I think Dimitroff is gone regardless because what they have set up, like, I don't know. They're not in salary cap hell, but some of the decisions he's made have been garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got guys coming up that have to get paid. Keanu Neal's got to get paid soon. You know what I'm saying? You got Tevin Coleman is going to be up this year, but it probably won't pay him. We'll see what happens there. You gave Trufant money. You gave Rocky Alford money. And I never liked Rocky Alford. Yeah, Deion Jones got to get paid too. Hans is right. I never liked Rocky Alford. He holds more than any cornerback I've ever seen in the NFL. Like, I don't know, man. They paid him because he was athletic. He fit the mold that Dan Quinn wanted. They thought they could still do some stuff with him. I think they talked about on the radio today, too, that they probably tried to find his replacement a couple times with Jalen Collins and Oliver that they just drafted, but nobody's really panned out. But it got to a point where, like, okay, Robert Alford's like really hurting us to the point that we just got to get rid of him and save this bread. We'll eat the dead money if he has any dead money to come, but we got to move on and find something. So they'll be looking in the draft, or they don't really have a lot of money to play around in free agency and make any big splashes. So it's probably going to be a vet that they bring in at that position. I don't see them bringing in a young guy in the secondary. I think they need another vet because they have, of course, they have Keanu Neal, who's coming to his own, but he's coming off of injury also. Trufant is up and down. They paid him already, though. But it's Enrico. He's a vet, but he'll be coming off an injury too. So you're really gonna want some stability in that secondary. So you're gonna need a vet probably at corner. I think they were talking today about Poole competing with KZ at the nickel spot. So you got some athleticism with KZ. I like KZ actually. He was probably one of the bright spots that came out of most of the guys being injured, but I think they were talking about on the radio how Dan Quinn and them lied to them and saying like they weren't making any moves when all those players started getting hurt early in the season. And they were like, "Oh, we'll be all right once people start getting experience. The young guys we had, we believe in our stuff that we did. Maybe they believed in them, but the fans didn't believe in what they had on the stable. And those guys never really developed. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're backups, and that's the excuse like that happened to the Falcons. They got bit by injuries crazily, but at a certain point, once you get a certain amount of playing time, if you're a good player, you're going to develop. It may be baptism by fire, but eventually you got to improve and get better, and that just hasn't been happening. I think Dimitroff kind of kept his job, and they wanted to keep Dan Quinn a little bit more say-so in personnel decisions because Dan Quinn knew the guys that he wanted. But instead of chalking the stuff up to okay, DQ knows what he's doing. We'll let him. He knows what he sees in these players, or this, that, and the third. He's losing a little bit of that leeway because some of these picks that you're making, they're not panning out. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. That was also Saints either. All we have is 3, 4, 5, and 11 million cap space. And the wide receiver and tight end still have to pay Ingram, which I don't see happening. NFC South making big moves. Also pay Mike Thomas because his contract is over soon too. I got a season review video for every team in the division coming. Like I said, guys, I've been busy with some other stuff I'm working on. I'm actually I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not. I'm thinking about starting doing some coverage for like not on my channel stuff and talking and covering about that. It's not gonna be on this channel. I may try to collab with somebody. If I don't, I won't do it. But of course, the Atlanta Legends have a team. Mike Vick is the offensive coordinator. I thought about playing around and trying to go to that and cover that. I mean, something up and coming. I could hop on the wave and train and try to get some stuff going. But I love the NFL. Plus, it's the off season, so you got a little bit more time. But anyway, I got 4 videos coming for all teams in the division, the season in review, and also off-season need priority video. They're going to be separate videos, so stay tuned to that. It's a long off-season, so I'm going to keep doing live streams more, but I'm going to definitely drop videos. Live streams will be more often than not the thing that I rely on. But let's get back to the Falcons. Brooks Reid, I mean, nobody's losing sleep over Brooks Reid being cut. Like, Brooks Reid, I never really liked him either. They got him from the Texans. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, Donald, take it easy, man. But Brooks Reid, I don't know. He was a good rotational piece, but they were using him way too much. Like, that's not the type of guy that I was expecting them to have to rely on that much when they traded him. But, I mean, I guess the development of Vic Beasley kind of forced their hand into actually having to keep Brooks Reid in the rotation. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got Tack as another edge rusher, but I mean, they were still rotating with Shelby. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, do they like these guys too much? They try to just be fair or whatever. I don't know. But Dan Quinn, you can see these coaches on the hot seat. What happens? Like Ron Rivera, the same thing. He took over play calling. He got rid of coaches, got rid of players. Same thing with DQ. He's taking over that play calling and got rid of everybody that was a coordinator. The pressure's on him. You know what I'm saying? So he's getting rid of these players. The mentality that he's probably taking is either going to be me, it's either me or them. And it ain't going to be me. So let me get rid of these guys that are the dead weight and let's move on. Let's make these moves. At the same time, you have to look out for the future too, even though you may not be part of that future. So it's tough being a coach in that position. Like, why would I try to help my team prepare for the future when I'm not even sure they're going to have me part of their future? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm putting all my chips on the table. Y'all are trying to tell me not to be risky. And that's the thin line you deal with when you have a coach on the hot seat that feels like he may be a lame duck. And I don't know. I think Arthur Blank is a pretty loyal owner, but I think both of them are on the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? But I expect more cuts to happen. I think everybody's saying that there's more cuts to happen because they still got a lot more money to clear room for and pay Grady and pay Julio. I mean, Julio, I think they were talking about, like I said, they talked about it on the radio 92.9. I listen to it a lot. Like, you kind of know what the bar is for Julio. Like, he's one of the best receivers in the league. You saw Odell Beckham's contract. You've seen Antonio Brown's contract. You see Mike Evans contracts, the people like that. You'll put him amongst somewhere up there. I don't know if they'll make him the highest paid, if that's enough that gives him enough flexibility. But you have a bar of where you can place Julio somewhere. But you got to pay him because this is the guy that shows up for work every week. I mean, I know he don't get the touchdowns like he's supposed to. He's hurt a lot, but this dude is walking 1,400 yards every season. You know what I'm saying? I think, in my opinion, he's the best receiver in the league. But you got to pay him. You got to treat your guys right. You know what I'm saying? However, Grady, the thing that we're saying, like, where do you place Grady? Like, what's the price tag on Grady? Like, is he Fletcher Cox money? I don't think so because he's not Fletcher Cox impact. Is he? He's not Aaron Donald money. Let's get that out the way. Is he a guy like KK Short in Carolina? I think he may be on par or something like that as far as price tag. How much money is that? I think that was like, how much did they pay KK? 11, 15, something like that. I can't remember. I gotta look that up. But I think Grady Jarrett is somewhere on that perspective as far as that amount of money. Now, how much money will they need to free up to do that? In order to make so KK is getting 17 million. His base salary is 12. But he hits the cap at 17. So that's a lot of money to make up for Grady if you believe that he's somewhere in that vicinity, which I can attest to and think that he is. But yeah, I mean, you got to make some moves in the draft too, because D-line and O-line are going to be the two spots that the Falcons need the most. Just said in to get Christian Wilkins from Clemson, and that wouldn't be a bad move. I don't know. I guess Christian Wilkins, he's a big dude, but he's very quick and athletic. I guess he would be of course, Dan Quinn likes to do rotation anyway with pass rush, but I think he would help out against the run. He's a good 3-tech. I think they're kind of similar position as Grady. But of course they're gonna bring back Bruce Irvin, so Bruce Irvin's gonna get a little check too. And like I said, it looks like Vic Beasley is gonna be the odd man out. You know what I'm saying? Jeff said he wants Clark from the Seahawks. You know, that's a good thing because a lot of the players from the Seahawks are gonna possibly want to play for DQ if they can, but do the Falcons have the bread to make all these moves? You know what I'm saying? Money is kind of tight. They got some moves to make. I think they said along the offensive line, they're going to make some moves. Schrader may be the next man up. However, you got to get 2 to 3 offensive linemen too. So, anything that's not offensive, defensive line, I think the Falcons really shouldn't even acknowledge or play. Like, the cornerback should probably be the third option on that list. But I think interior O-line and D-line is whatever. Like you said, Tevin Coleman's probably going to be gone, not re-signed. So I'm not sure about how much money. I haven't looked at their salary cap online yet. I probably will, but I don't know, man. They got a lot of hard decisions to make. But like I said, if Dan Quinn's on the hot seat, like I said, it's either them, or it's either him or them, and it ain't gonna be him. That'd be my mentality if I'm the coach. So anybody that's not helping us win games, it gotta go. You know what I'm saying? But you guys make sure y'all give the video a thumbs up, people that are watching. I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's been a long time, you know what I'm saying? But how much do you believe in the players that are on the Falcons roster? Do you think that if everybody gets healthy, they'll be fine? Like, that's the thing about it. That's the tough decision to make. And that's a tough decision to make. And yeah, Hardy's gone too. Yeah, he hasn't really been anything. It's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough decisions, but they gotta make moves, man. Like, you gotta free up that bread, you know. But Atlanta, I don't know. They're in a tough spot because they got a lot of money invested, like I said, on offense, and they got some guys on defense coming up. They're gonna have to make moves on. So you're gonna have to go young, unfortunately, and that means draft picks. So how much can you count on those draft picks next year to step in and make an immediate impact? That'll be the telltale. How many pennies can you pinch? It'll really test Thomas Dimitroff's skills as a general manager, which I don't have a lot of faith in. A lot of people don't have a lot of faith in. A lot of people thought he should have been gone a while ago when Smith left, even if not 2 years ago, if not last year. But I think TD, I don't know too much more to say about him, man. Like, his seat is not warm. It's burning up. You know what I'm saying? So this will be really test what he has, uh, what he has underneath that belt to see what he can get done and who he gets rid of to make room for what they need. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a business, man. It's still a business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And his job is on the line just like the players. But it is what it is. Should I talk about anything else? You know, I just really wanted to pop in on the Falcons because I was going to do some other videos. But yeah, the Super Bowl, man. I think I said earlier this season that I don't know if I told you guys or if I was just telling my friends that like, did we overhype Jared Goff and Carson Wentz too early? Did we crown them too early? You know what I'm saying? We know that Carson Wentz from day one he started and he got his game going, but he hasn't really been able to finish the season. He tends to just only person he throws to is Zach Ertz, and Nick Foles took the same team, won a Super Bowl, took the same team, came and beat the Bears, and almost came close to beating the Saints in the playoffs. And Carson Wentz has never started a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Jared Goff, we know what happened in the Derek Fisher area. I mean, not Derek Fisher, Jeff Fisher area. Excuse me. We know what happened in the Jeff Fisher area, and he was garbage. Second year, Sean McVay comes in, Boy Wonder, whatever, Boy Jeans, whatever you want to call him, and he plays way better. But they underachieve in the playoffs when it counts against the Falcons, against a more experienced team. I'm like, all right, they have their one game of playoff experience, but at the same time, they go back. They have a ton of talent. Of course, they have some injuries. Todd Gurley's been hurt, but in some big games against the Bears, we saw him choke. Not choke, but whenever you get a defense that's gonna probably get at them, you can make some things happen, and they did. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots, being the disciplined team they are, like they got at them. You know, the Patriots, talent wise, they were undermatched. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have. Think of what big names do you know? Unless you really pay attention to football, there's no household name that you just call elite defenders except Stephon Gilmore. He's all pro. But I mean, Hightower, yeah, I'll give you Hightower. But besides that, they don't really have an abundance of talent like the Rams do. They were really outmatched as far as athleticism and that. But at the same time, when you can get that quarterback and affect the quarterback. I didn't put any money on that game. I had some fantasy implications, but I don't trust a young quarterback going against Bill Belichick, and it proved to happen. But Jared Goff, I don't know. Somebody said it earlier, he looked like a deer in headlights during that game. Like some of the hit he took on the sideline was brutal. That other hit where he got hit and like spun around was on his knees, that was brutal too. So did we crown Jared Goff and Carson Wentz too early, man? I think so. I told my friend, I think that I had crowned Carson Wentz. I'm not gonna lie. I gave him this whatever, but Jared Goff, I still wasn't sold on him, man. Like he had the best, one of the best running backs in the league behind him to give the ball to, and when that guy wasn't 100%, could they rely on Jared Goff? Yeah, he made a couple throws in the Saints game, but at the same time, their offense relatively struggled until they had to come back at the end. And the Saints don't have just a dominant defense, you know what I'm saying? They actually just got after him and played physical. And it seemed like, I don't know. I just don't think that we should crown these quarterbacks too early off of a couple years. Did we crown Sean McVay too early? I mean, because Bill Belichick made his offense seem pretty simple, even though he was handcuffed without Cooper Kupp and Todd Gurley. But at the same time, you have enough talent everywhere to do certain things. And he just didn't make adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Lack of experience will get you beat every time. Complete chaos. What up, bro? What up, though, man? He said, I thought it was brotherhood. It looks like another hood. You're right, though. It was a lot of news coming out today, man. I was listening on the radio. There was a lot of stuff just happening at once. And everybody was breaking the news on Twitter themselves without the Falcons even announcing it. Jazzy Jeff said, can we talk about playoff teams you think aren't going to return to the playoffs this year? I think Dallas and Seattle aren't going back again this year. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So there's this thing, I forgot what the percentage is of playoff teams that don't return the next year, but I'll look at the playoff teams exactly right now. That way I ain't got to guess. So the power rankings came out or whatever at the end of the year, or the odds for next year's Super Bowl came out, and the teams seemed like it was just the exact same order that the teams finished in this year. Let me see if I can look at Super Bowl 54, Super Bowl 54 odds. Of course, the Patriots are going to be at the top. They're the one team that can always bounce back. Um, they can always bounce back at any season. Like they don't have no Super Bowl hangover. They don't have a Super Bowl curse or whatever you want to call it, a Madden curse. They're so good. They pretty much are the exempt to any type of curse or mojo that you want to put on them. But everybody else, now the Seahawks, I will say this, one of my bold predictions, if you follow my Instagram, I said that the Seahawks will have a top 10 pick in this year's draft. I was dead wrong about that. I'll say that right there. I did predict the Jaguars will be garbage. So there's that. But at the same time, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find these odds. So the playoff team that don't think will go back, Dallas. So Dallas is going to come down. Do you believe that the Eagles will be back, or the Giants will make some kind of miraculous move? But if they're keeping Eli, no. Pretty much, it's what it comes down to. They're keeping Eli, no. But so I think that the Cowboys could go back just by winning the division. Now the Seahawks, will they be fortunate enough to get in? I don't think so. They had some good breaks this year for them, especially being with the Rams. I think the Rams win that division again. I don't like the Seahawks. I don't like where they're at as a franchise right now. I don't know what type of moves they're going to make in the offseason to do anything, because I mean it's just been, the era has been different. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Who else? The Bears. Are the Bears here to stay? Or is it just a one hit wonder? I guess is the word to call it. You know what I'm saying? So will the Bears be back? I like their defense, of course. Khalil Mack signed that contract, so he'll be back. I don't know. It seems that the Bears are built like they have a young quarterback. They got some running backs in the backfield. They got a hot new coach, Matt Nagy, from the Andy Reid tree, of course. Will it be able to bounce back again? I mean, the defense is going to be there, of course. They got young players on offense, on defense, and I don't know. I think they'll be back. I think the Bears will be back. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, Baltimore probably won't. I don't see that happening unless they do something dramatic with Lamar Jackson. Houston, I didn't like Houston this year either, man. I know they peeled off some wins, but they really hadn't beaten anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Houston will be back. And who else is in there? Philly. I don't believe in Philly, man. I don't believe in Wentz at that. And like Jackson Jeff said, I mean, he had a one good run. Yeah, it was an MVP caliber season. However, can you count on his health? And we'll see what happens. That Nick Foles situation is getting messy. Nick Foles, he wants to hit that open market, and I don't blame him. You're a quarterback. A lot of teams need a quarterback this year. The Jags need a quarterback. The Giants need a quarterback. The Redskins maybe need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? The Panthers may be in the market for a quarterback just to bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of teams that could use a quarterback. So what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? But he'll hit the open market. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. They're going to try to franchise him and trade him is what they're saying. Who else won't be back to the playoffs? I mean, I picked a lot of teams, but I think those are pretty much Philly, Baltimore, Indy, Houston, Seattle. I got Chicago staying in. Dallas, I'll leave Dallas in there. I think they'll win the division again, but not much more than that. Probably similar to how they did this year. But Dallas will be in an interesting position also. So we'll see what happens there, man. I think I got 5. So that was 6 or 5 that I counted. I think it was 5. But I think over half of them don't make it to the playoffs the following year. Of course, you know, the Chiefs are probably going to be in there. They're the favorite to win the Super Bowl next year already. Then you got the Rams, Saints, and Patriots tied for second best odds. Then you got the next tier with the Chargers, Bears, and Steelers. I don't know why the Steelers at up there. That's beyond me. But that Steelers have pretty decent odds. It's different, man. So we'll see. I like I like what's going on, man. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I got these videos coming about the season review and the off season, so y'all guys stay tuned. I'm back. I'm back. I'm working on some things though, guys. So that's why I've been busy. I apologize. I'll be back with the live streams. You know what I'm saying? Live streams. You know what I'm saying? And the videos too, of course. All season is always fun to speculate and guess. We got the draft coming up soon. Free agency starts March something. So look out for that. You know what I'm saying? That'll be fun to talk about. What else we got on the agenda? Anything else? I don't know. I think that's it. But more videos coming. Donald Clark said, "Who that?" No doubt. I mean, it's. I wonder if did y'all Saints fans, did y'all watch the game Sunday? Let me know. What did y'all do? Participate like those guys did when they watched the 2009 Super Bowl? Because I said ratings were down for TV, but the streams were up. So, like, there's some people protesting the game because they're Saints fans. Some people protesting because of Colin Kaepernick. But at the same time, like, you got people on this side that are watching the streams instead because everybody's protesting cable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to think people are protesting the game, but they're just protesting cable. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Everybody else said they were partying together. Yeah, I know how y'all people do in New Orleans. Y'all just need any type of excuse to drink and party. Y'all really don't even need that, honestly, but y'all take anything y'all can to as a reason to turn up a party. When is Mardi Gras, man? I need to get down to Mardi Gras this year, man. This is my first time having a job where I'm not super busy around that time of the year, so I may try to hit up Mardi Gras if I can find somebody that knows New Orleans. I'm not gonna have Mardi Gras be my first time I go to New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But make sure y'all guys give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. This will be posted soon. If you're caught to the thing live, you can watch it from the beginning if you came through. March 5th is Mardi Gras. Bet. I'm going to check my calendar, see what my people's talking about. But I'm back, baby. We back. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow the Instagram at UB Sports Talk. I'm going to try to get my game on there. And I'll post clips from the live stream and stuff. And, of course, I'll post some videos that we could talk about and stuff like that on different polls and different whatever. But it is what it is. Aaron Duncan signing off. Necessary Bluntness Sports Talk. Holla at you. Complete Chaos. Dirtbag Don. Donald Clark. Jazzy Jeff. I appreciate y'all coming through. Donald Gonzalez. I appreciate you coming through. Hans. I can't even pronounce your last part of your name. Appreciate you coming through. Everybody else that didn't comment. That's why